Apologize for.
Oh, Lord. It's going to be an interesting show. Very interesting show.
Well,
Oh,
you got my business card that says talkative man, right?
it does.
I just want you to. I'm gonna
Praise
try.
the Lord, you guys. We are here. As you can see, I'm already laughing with Mr. Claude, aka Tony Anderson. And he is one of my husband's best friends for a long, long, long time. And I found out through the grapevine that this man knows how to write. He wrote books, and now he does artwork, and he is a comedian, not by trade, but he is hilarious. And you guys may know him. Um, I'm trying to stop laughing because, okay, so Mr. Anderson, thank you for being on Testimonies and Praise. We're here again, like I said, with Mr. Anderson. Just give me a little information about yourself. How did you get started? What's going on with you? Who are you? All that good stuff.
Well, my mother called me. She called me Claude sometimes, but my name's Claude Anthony Anderson. I was born in St. Paul, Minnesota. As you know, I love that place. I just came back from there a week. Um, I graduated in 1976, and when I graduated, excuse me, I had been drawing for the yearbook. I didn't tell you that. I drew for the yearbook. I
Okay.
painted. Then I painted. I used to paint then.
Mhm.
And I remember a young lady coming up to me with a picture of her family. She said, "Could you please draw and paint my family?" I said, "Of course I could, if you don't mind them looking like cartoons, because that was my specialty." So then my mother, my mother, after I graduated a year early. They skipped me because my principal thinks I'm smart. Even to this day, matter of fact, when I went home, we broke bread again, as I do often with her. And she
Okay.
bought two pieces from me, two pieces of
Okay.
art. And she thinks I'm brilliant for some reason, but she skipped me a grade. So they skipped me a grade, and then my mother thought I was getting to be a kind of bad, but my friends were bad. I wasn't, of course. So she put me back in Catholic schools. She put me in Catholic schools twice.
Okay.
So I tried to convince her to put me in the other black school. There was two black schools, but she was slick. She put me in a school that had a golf course, and it was a long way from the neighborhood. So since I graduated a year early, I wasn't constant. I was in a program called Upward Bound. Is a urban company, not company, but an organization. I'm sure a lot of people have heard of it. I was voted president of it. We visited black colleges all down south. We had a great time. And so when I came back, I was in the Elks Drum and Bugle Corps. I was the vice president of that. I wrote poems, and I wrote a poem, and my parents said, you go to jail for plagiarism. I'm like, what? They said, you can't be copying people's stuff. I said, I made that up. I was 16 years old.
Wow.
So when I turned 17 and I graduated from high school, my mother said to me, where you gonna live now? I'm like, what? She caught me off guard, which is why I joined the Air Force. That's the only reason.
Really?
My plan was I wanted to be a professor. I might have been a humorous professor, but I was gonna be a professor at the University of Minnesota.
Okay.
That was my plan. So I ended up joining the Air Force and traveling a little bit and ended up here, Dayton, Ohio.
Wow. So you ended up in Dayton after high school, correct?
After the Air Force.
After the Air Force. How long were you in the Air Force?
4 years and 3 months. Had to pay
Really?
a bill. I had to pay a bill off.
But oh, okay. All right. All right. So you so you had to pay a bill off, and then you came to Dayton. Why Dayton?
That's so interesting because they give you like a sheet to where you want to go. So when I joined, I put down um, Hawaii, anything in the Middle East, somewhere where it wasn't cold like Minnesota. And they sent
You
me to a
came to
place.
Dayton.
Well, they sent me to Guam first. Guam.
Oh,
Guam. It's an island. It's past Hawaii. We stopped in
right.
Hawaii to get gas. And then we flew to Guam, which was 40 miles long and 4 miles wide.
Oh my Lord.
I was 17. I had so much fun.
Hmm.
Yeah, because I was young. I did stuff I can't even talk about. Then I came here. So I filled the sheet out again. So I said, maybe if I put the last place first, they'll send me to the last place again.
Right.
And they sent me here, which was my last choice.
Hmm.
But
Really?
I have a uncle and aunt that were here. He was in the Air Force. I'm assuming that's why they sent me here. So I've been here since 77.
Wow.
I've had a great time. I'm still having a great time because I'm
So
blessed.
how did you get into your writing? Because you have a couple of books, correct?
Yes, I do. And you know what? When I was at the post office, the president asked me to be the editor, which I did not want to do. I'm like, no, I told her straight up, no, I don't want to do that.
Oh,
But
wow.
she kept at me because the editor that they had, he was a certain political type of individual. He just copied political stuff from the right. And I didn't read it myself. So finally I don't know what she said or did to have me agree. So I agreed. And then I started reading it and I changed the title of the paper. It was called the Proud Voice of Mega City.
Okay.
I said, I don't think Dayton's a mega city. So I just took off mega city. I just called it the Proud Voice. And I would talk to, I talk to everybody.
Yeah.
And I thought, and I try to be as professional and nice and respectable when I talk about people.
Okay.
And that goes to the supervisors also. I talked about them. Y'all can't be doing this kind of work, blah, blah, blah. And they appreciated the book, the newspaper. I have one in here, of course, but I'm just gonna sit right here and keep talking to you.
Okay. Well, so let's move up to a couple of years ago. When did you start writing and when did you start drawing? Because you do both very well.
Thank you for saying that. When I was in high school, I used to draw. Now check this out. My sister came here right the week after my daughter graduated from Stivers. And I had a piece of art in a frame under one of my lamps. She said to me, "Are you going to put that in the event?" I said, "No." It was called the Doodler. And she said, "Why don't you go put the Doodler in there? It's all you did when you were little. You just doodled on everything.
Right.
Your phone, you'd be walking everywhere, writing on mama's bills, and she would slap you." I don't remember that. That's probably why I got head problems. So that was when I was younger. And like I said, I started drawing in high school, and I had 2 yearbooks here with all my art in it. I'll show you.
Wow.
I will show you.
Okay.
So I was drawing then, but I've always talked a lot. So people always want me to talk. Like they wind me up. They can wind me up. They don't have to wind me up. I just talk anyway.
Oh my goodness. Okay. So how did the book come about? Because the first book was titled what?
Scrambled Brain. Stories from an Epileptic Mind. I have epilepsy.
I read that book. I did not know that. I did not know. So when did you notice that you had that? Were you was a child or?
When I was younger, I would get headaches. That's all. I could do certain sports. They would pick me for teams. They said, "We'll take Tony, but we're gonna have to take Benny too, because Tony's gonna get a headache and quit." And that's right. I get a headache. I'm like, "Oh, I quit." So fast forward to the post office. I'm at the post office, and I'm the editor of the paper. So I worked in the box section, like P.O. Box 111. That's where I worked. So one day I'm in the back, reading somebody's magazine. I'm kidding. I'm in the back working diligently, putting mail in slots. And somebody says, the president's on the phone, Tony, she wants to talk to you, the president of the union. So I walk up to get the phone. She asked me if all the officers' articles were in. I said, all except for one lady. And I said her name, and then I blacked out.
Oh, wow.
I blacked out. So I woke up in the hospital.
Oh, my.
And they told me that I had spun around and pulled the phone out the wall. And when I woke up, the first person I saw was the president of the union. I'm like, I thought I was in heaven because everything was white. Then I saw her. I said, so Jesus is a black woman? So when I come back to work, they said, Tony, you can't answer the phone. I'm like, I don't want to answer it. Thank you. Thank you for having it. I don't want to answer it anyway. So there. So that's when I first had a seizure. And if in my first book, Scrambled Brain, I wrote a story called My Brain. And whenever I read that story, I read it at the last event. I never can get through it without getting choked up.
Wow.
And the reason is I talk about not dropping my youngest daughter. It was the only story in there that's true. The rest of it's fiction, but I'm gonna use people's name, like I'm gonna use yours in my next book. So anyway, I get to the bottom part, when I get to that part, I choke up. I get choked up every time. I don't even know why I keep reading it. I like reading it, but then when I get to it, I see it, I visualize exactly what happened. I was in the Oregon district in the one of the record store that's there, and I could feel it coming. I could feel it. And I was holding her. She was 8 months old, and I had my pills in my hand. I asked them if they have any water, and they said, I don't know what they said, but I was trying. My head started snapping like violently to the left. And I'm like, I knew something dangerous was imminent.
Oh my Lord.
Yeah. So I woke up in the hospital that time too. There was a girl who was across the counter who worked there. This young Caucasian girl. She told me she grabbed my baby out my arms.
Wow.
So that story, I never can get. I told my aunt, I said, here, I can't read this. She read it and I started crying anyway.
Oh, wow.
Every time. I read it one time. You know where Hair Arena was? Right across from Hair Arena, there's these apartments, townhouses. I was reading to them once. And I told them, I said, I have a story. I can't read it because I get choked up. And they said, you can do it, baby. Go ahead, baby. You can read it. So I read it and started crying again. They started crying with me. So that story, I'm gonna read it again at the next event, but I'm not gonna read the last part. Hopefully she'll be there to read it. Or someone will, or maybe Kevin will read it. Or maybe you even. It gets to me so I can't read it. But that's the only.
I'm trying to be serious because this is very serious. I can't. Oh Lord. Okay.
You know what? I do talk about epilepsy at the show. It's called, my show is called Conversational Art from an Epileptic Mind.
Okay.
So what I do, I sent you the I think I sent you the flyer.
Yes. Oh, the flyer.
I have to talk about epilepsy.
Okay.
Because I don't. A lot of people are aware, but it seems to me not enough people are aware.
I agree.
So I try to push that. Maybe I can get a grant talking about, conversational art from an epileptic mind.
Absolutely.
Definitely. And so my second book is called Brainstorms, right here.
Okay.
More stories from an epileptic mind.
Wow.
I was telling this brother about it. He said, you got a theme going there, don't you? You got a theme. I'm like, kind of, because my next book, I think I'm going to call it Still Scrambled, Art and Stories from an Epileptic Mind. Still Scrambled.
I like that.
You see my art I did, the art I designed?
You did both of those?
Yes, I did.
Very, very talented. You sent me some art that I would like to show. Do you mind?
No, not at all. Please do.
Can you? And I want you to tell me where you got the idea to do this. Okay, give me 1 second. Go keep talking while I'm doing this.
Oh, yes. So there's a lady who does there's a lot of people that do covers for books.
Mhm.
So I sent, and they don't even charge that much. So I sent away for this lady to do my cover for my first
Okay.
book. So
Right.
she sent me back her rendition of Scrambled Brain. It was all yellow letters and they were
Mm.
all straight across. I almost cussed. I'm like, I like color. I like color. You know, I've been drawing for a long time. I've been messing around with crayons for a very long time.
Right.
So I said I wanted to do it myself anyway, so I did it myself. I kind of stole the S from Sinclair. I stole it from Sinclair.
Don't say that.
Well, Sinclair-ish, wherever they got it from.
Lord help. Okay. So this picture, can you see it? It's the one that
Yes.
says love. It's
Yes.
very, very pretty. What, I like that
Thank you.
very much. Oh, I need that. That go in my bedroom. Okay. So explain this one.
Okay. I want to put fabric behind the art, but I still want the art the fabric to stick out through the word itself. I want it to be something visually captivating, if you will. And I thought a zebra would be visually captivating. And you put love on it with red,
Mm.
you can't forget it. It's like
Right.
burns in your memory.
That's very nice.
Thank you.
Where can you purchase this from? And how many do you have? Just one of these, or you have multiple? Or you do one of each?
Well, most of them are one of a kind. Some of them I can reproduce or replicate.
Okay.
Like the one I did for Faith.
Mhm.
I replicated that 3 different times because 3 people wanted them.
Okay.
So that was easy to do for me. But certain ones, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, next year they'll probably cost more.
How much are they?
The 8.5 by 11, those are I'm 150.
Okay.
And the 8 by 10, they're 120. Unless I like you, then I drop it down to 90.
Okay.
That's a family discount.
It's a family discount. I appreciate that. Well, you kind of said it out on national TV, so it may. Does everybody get the family discount?
If you're my family, you make me feel like we're related.
I like this one too. This is Joy. Very
Yes,
nice.
Thank you.
Very nice.
When I love color. I do.
Yeah.
I love color. So I try to mix the background with the what I've surrounded the letters with.
Hmm.
And that's not real easy. So it's hard to get the family discount on those because those aren't easy to do.
What's behind the yellows and the pinks and the dots? What is that? Is it fabric or is it?
It's all fabric.
It's all fabric. Okay.
It's all fabric.
Wow.
I almost reached over into my fabric box, but I said, no, I can explain it to her better.
That's very nice. I like that.
Thank you. That's probably an 8.5 by 11.
Okay. So, okay. And, oh, this is nice too. This is Fate. Okay.
Yeah. That's another 8.5 by 11.
What type of drawing is that? I know it's like a block or something. What is that called?
Well, I call it graphic, 3-dimensional.
Okay. Okay. Wow.
There's an artist that I like. His name's MC Escher. Look him up. You'll see his stuff. His stuff is off the chain. He passed away, but his stuff was invigorating and it motivates me to be more graphic and 3-dimensional.
Okay. Oh, that's very nice.
Thank you.
I think we have one more, right?
Yes.
Faith. Oh yeah.
I did 3 of those.
Wow.
And, yeah, I like that one. I did one orange and one without the purple.
Okay.
So it's really the same, but they're really the same pieces. They're smaller. So if
what size is this?
That's the 8 by 10.
8 by 10. Okay.
Yes.
Does it come framed like that?
Yes.
Oh, you get the whole thing.
I frame it.
Oh wow. That's very, very nice.
And I took 4 of them on the plane with me when I went home.
Okay.
I bubble wrapped them, and then I wrapped them in newspaper, and then I put them in my carry-on. I had it with me like I was like it was money or something, which
It
it
is
kind of
money.
was.
It is money. I want to go back to something that you sent me. And you mind if I read this?
Please do. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can.
Okay.
It said, brainstorms, more stories from an epileptic mind, continues my journey of colorful, relatable, and hopefully interesting stories to the world. I still have a neurological brain disorder called epilepsy, which sometimes can be deadly. I have important information and stories in this book concerning my condition. This awareness can possibly help save lives, of course, with the assistance of my very talented featured author, I can't say that,
Darlene Ditto
Darlene
Matthews.
Ditto Matthews, who has her own
Blessed
book ministry.
Facebook ministry.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. We were able to add some poignant, serious, and even humorous stories and poems. After my first book, Scrambled Brain Stories from an Epileptic Mind, I gently requested everyone to be on the lookout for my second book, Brainstorms, More Stories from an Epileptic Mind. Well, here it is. And as I said in my last book, this will be risque, dangerous, fun, and exciting. Please enjoy. Claude Anthony Anderson was born in St. Paul, Minnesota. He served in the U.S. Air Force and retired from the U.S. Postal Service after 30 years. He was also the editor of the Proud Boys for 13 years. Tony has always enjoyed art, humor, and writing. He was one of the artists on his high school yearbook staff. He has written and edited hundreds of stories, short stories, and poems. Tony can best be described as a man who was never at a loss for words. Some call him a talkative man. Now, that is definitely the truth. I mean, but you talk, but I never knew that. I've known you now, what, at least 17 years. I've been married to Kevin for 17 years. But I've known you for all this time, and I did not know you had that talent hidden. Why hide it?
I thought you were going to say you didn't know I had epilepsy. I didn't
know that either. That I did know that, of course. But why hide the talent?
When I was at the post office, I used to design logos for shirts, and I would sell them as shirts. I would sell them at the post office. Kevin, I'm sure Kevin, I think he was on one of my teams, and he has one of my shirts or two.
Okay.
And I did some shirts for management. And I did a lot. I put one logo on the wall with no words under it, and I was watching people come up try to figure it out. They couldn't figure it out. They were saying some stuff. I'm like, oh my goodness. I said, how can they think that was that? I would say. They said, that a turtle? No, it's not a turtle. Not at all. It's right here. You stay right here. Don't go nowhere. Right here. Here it is.
Okay. Oh Lord.
Can you see that?
I can.
I was.
That's a swastika?
Oh, that's what some people said. Some people said it was a turtle.
But it's not a swastika. It's not made like that.
Definitely not. I'm gonna tell you, I was the safety captain at the time.
Okay.
So this was for the logo. After I finally got tired of people coming up with new things, thinking that it was, the title under it was "Look Out for Safety." Now check this out. Those are 4 arrows: south, west, east, north. You see that?
Now.
You see it?
I do. Oh wow!
Look out for safety. I had shirts. That was my quickest selling shirt of all time.
Really?
I might get you one.
Okay.
If I have any left.
Okay, so you're not with the post office anymore. So what else are you doing other than your books? You got another book coming out, right?
Correct. My third book was going to be mostly art.
Mm-hmm.
And I write a lot. Every time I leave town, I write. I went to Minnesota and I wrote a story called Stomach. And it's talking about what our stomach does, what it does for us. And if we could, we screw it off and put it in the attic or in the basement or somewhere we wouldn't have to deal with it anymore because it kind of gets in the way. All of us, even the smallest person, which feel they have a stomach. We all think we're overweight. It doesn't matter if we are or not. We always think we could lose a pound or two more.
Oh, absolutely.
So the story, my sister, she cooks constantly. Everybody in the household eats a lot. I'm like, y'all ain't gonna make me eat like y'all eating, but pass that pork chop. Because it's so good. It tastes so good. You know, food is an addictive thing. It's addictive.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Things that we shouldn't eat. I'm still talking about the story are addictive. So it's hard not to be addicted. So if you've ever fought an addiction, you can fight the addiction that is food.
Wow.
So
does your epilepsy still get in the way? Are you still having issues? You said your daughter was 8 months. That's the last one you had?
No, that was the first one I had.
Oh, wow.
I've had many since then. And what's ironic is that in this book, I told myself how not to have seizures, but I didn't listen to myself. Men tend to be, hard-headed, even though they should listen to themselves.
True.
So in this book, I told myself what I have to do, take my medication and get rest. And then next thing you know, I'm telling myself, I hate to sleep. I will wake up in the middle of the night, take notes, draw pictures. I mean, it was good as far as coming up with something that you don't want to forget.
Yeah.
But now I go to bed at 10:30, and I don't get up. Even when I wake up, I go do my business. I come back, I'm like, don't get out of bed, boy. Close your eyes. And that's what I do. That's why, I don't have a girlfriend. Let's go to the party. I can't go. I have to go to sleep at 10:30. That's the truth. So I'll be doing this forever. This is my girlfriend.
That's all right. That's all right. That's a good girlfriend. There's nothing wrong with that.
And I go to church.
What church do you go to?
I go to Omega.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I teach Sunday school sometimes. And you know what's funny? The kids know more than I know. I'm like, what? Really? What? What? I'm trying to teach them. They tell me stuff.
I would love to be in your Sunday school class. Seriously, I bet it is off the chain.
I have them moving. They move in my class.
That's good.
I have them standing up, walking, talking, and then they end up wanting to do it.
That's good.
Want to. So plus I read to anywhere, wherever. I used to go to elementary schools, Valerie, which they demolished, of course.
Right.
My kids went there. I would go over there as a parent. And then after they went off to Stivers, I ended up volunteering, reading my stories to different classes.
Wow.
Even the little kids. The teacher said, could you read to our class? I said, I don't know if they might have a short attention span. They said, listen, they will listen to you.
Yeah.
Because these were these ladies from down south. They said, they listen to you. Get over here. Dante, get over here.
Right. That's right.
So, plus, I know how to control children.
Right.
Because I guess I'm part child right here, this part of my head. Here to here. So I would reach the children. I would reach everybody. They always want me to go on field trips with them, Kings Island, wherever, and they give me 13 kids. So you're responsible for them. I'm like, I don't really want to be here. I want you guys to know that. I would tell the teachers. I wouldn't tell the kids because the kids know I'd be lying because I was having as much fun as they were having. So I would read. I'm just saying.
I have lost control of myself.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. You know how I am. You know, I talk.
It's all good. It's all good.
Are you running out of time? Are you running out of time?
We're good. We're good.
Okay,
We're good.
Right.
So last question. So what has COVID been a deterrent or has it helped you?
I got my shots and I wear my mask, so I don't care. Well, that's not nice to say I don't care what you do or he does or she does, but I try to take care of myself. I'm not breathing in nothing that I don't think I should. So it doesn't Plus, I'm a loner. I'm not, I'm not
Okay.
hanging out. I don't go places like I used to.
Okay.
When I was a party animal.
Party animal. But has
Me
it
and your
affected
husband.
your, oh
Me
Lord.
and your husband. I'm just joking. I'm just joking. That's a joke.
No, it's not. It
Kevin
is
was
not a
always the
joke. It
serious
is
one.
not a joke. I
He was
know.
always,
Yeah,
he was
right.
always the serious one.
So are you going to be painting anymore? Or you say it's not painting. Well, so what do you call your
I
art?
put pieces together.
Put pieces together. Okay.
Yes.
Do you have more coming
Oh, I
up?
just did one this morning.
Can you show it?
Sure.
Okay,
Can you wait 2 seconds?
you can. 1, 2, that was it.
No.
Oh Lord, he is hilarious. You said 2 seconds. You meant 2 minutes.
Was that 10? Was that 10 seconds?
I stopped counting.
Oh, look. Okay, this is called, I did one called Moonwalking, and this is part
Moonwalking.
2. This is Moonwalking part 2.
Oh, what? How cute is that?
Thank you. I just finished that this morning, and this is called what? This is called
Ooh,
what?
oh Lord. It has a whole, okay, so the different angles that you draw, does that mean something to you? Or is it?
I'm gonna tell you what my aunt told me. She said we have 5 senses. She said, but I have 7, based on what she sees in my art. And when I talk too, I guess. So it doesn't, the more I draw and I erase, what I use is pencils, pens, and rulers and erasers. I have so many erasers. See all my erasers?
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And some pencils rip your paper. You learn which ones are good. I erase and I draw and I get ideas, but I don't get out of bed anymore. I come in here in the morning. Sometimes I draw. I got to take my 2 pills in the morning. I take 2 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 2 at night. But I'm supposed to eat. But if I take my pills and I come in and start drawing, sometimes next thing I know, it's 10 o'clock. Because I want to finish.
Yeah.
I want to finish.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I love doing it. It's so much fun. And it's not like paint. I don't stink. I don't get all messy or nothing. I got to be careful because I use these 2.
Oh, somebody let you have that. Oh, wow.
I use it on my art.
Wow.
And I use it on
dangerous. Do you teach people how to do that? Or
no.
Can you?
I could.
Okay.
No one's ever asked me.
Really?
No one's ever asked me. Some people ask me to teach them how to write. I can do that. I've taught writing.
Okay.
But I haven't taught how to do what I do.
Yeah.
Because what I do is unique.
It is very unique. I've never seen anything like it.
Thank you. I'm going to tell you a secret.
Uh-oh.
On this piece right here, all the colors are pieces of paper underneath. So I cut the shape, and then I put the green underneath it. I put the red underneath it. I put the purple right there underneath it, and the yellow underneath it. And I put the mesh right there.
Oh my Lord.
And I find stuff in here. I don't throw nothing away hardly. I hate throwing stuff away. I'm not a hoarder. I'm not an art hoarder, but some stuff I end up needing it, and I know I'm gonna need it. Like this right here. You know what this? You know what's right? Yeah, it's on my last piece. You see it? You see
Oh
that?
yeah, I did. Yeah.
So I said, things just come to me, and I'm like, let me try that. Some things I'm like, that didn't work. And now some things don't work, some things do. And I just keep going. And I feel bad that I'm running my mouth. I'm so sorry.
Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. We are always we're out of town, but so when is the next book coming out?
I have enough for 2 books actually right now.
Wow.
Yes, I do.
Who
I have
is your
like 60 60 frame, at least 60 frame pieces right now.
Oh, wow.
The 40, I took 41 to the last event, and I sold three of them. No, all 5 of my daughters got theirs,
Mhm.
and I sold like 7 pieces.
That's amazing.
So I had to replace them. These are the replacements I'm showing you.
Okay.
So it'll be at least 40 pieces.
When's your next showing?
September the 18th, Saturday at the Croc Center
Okay.
on Kiowee and Webster at 6
What-
o'clock. It's
Okay.
free
How
to
much?
get in.
It's
free
free.
to get in. It's free.
Okay.
You gotta pay to leave though. That's a joke. I just made that. I thought that was funny.
That was very funny. So in order to leave, you got to buy a painting, right?
No.
Yeah,
No.
I'll say that.
Well, what it is, it's a community event, which makes it free. I'll have some food there, and I don't know how much. I can't afford a lot, so get there early and get you a plate. That's all I'm saying. But I have a comment card, and you can put your name, your email, and comment on 1 or 2 or 3 pictures that you are looking at, and I'll get back with you within 72 hours, and we can talk about it.
Okay. Wow. Well, there you have it, you guys. Mr. Claude, aka Tony, the writer and the person who puts things together. You can tell me what it was called.
I put pieces together.
Put pieces together. Thank you for being on Testimonies of Praise. This has been one of the best shows I've had in a long time because all I've done is laugh, and laughter is what we need. I think if we laugh more, it'd be less killing, it'd be less drugs, less all this, all this stuff that's going on that we don't like. So, Tony, thank you again. I think you're a very, very talented man, and I am
very much
thankful to have you on the show. And I'll have him back, I promise, when the next books come out and the next pieces. Maybe I'll be able to come over on the 18th and do a show then. We'll see.
Excellent. That would be excellent.
Okay. So
and I'll definitely come to your show anytime, Jackie. Anytime you need me, I will. Anytime I'm available, right? Or you're available. Definitely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're more than welcome. Thank you again. And I'm very, very. So how can someone get in contact with you if they would like to order your pieces or order your books or all that good stuff?
I should have had that handy.
That's okay. Just give your phone number.
It might be in my book. Matter of fact, it is. It's right in my book. First printing, second printing, not yet. Actually, my email.
Okay, that'd be good.
Is Claude A. Anderson at yahoo.com.
Claude A. CLAUDE A. Anderson
at yahoo.com.
SON, right?
Correct.
At yahoo.com. And you want to give your phone number? You don't have to.
Good. I want people to just call me and hang up.
You can also reach out to me and I'll be able to contact you.
Definitely.
Get information for his books and his painting.
It's
not paintings. It's not paintings.
Can I say one more thing?
Absolutely.
If it's possible, vote for this beautiful young lady. She's a finalist for Host of the Year. Vote for her. She deserves it.
Oh, God bless you. Thank you so much. On September the 16th through the 19th, that's what I'll be doing. That Testimonies and Praise, along with many other gifts and talents that will be on Praise Factor Awards. I am very thankful to be, as he mentioned, a finalist on the show. Only God can do it, for real. So from 16th to the 19th, it will be free right here on Praise Factor Award. I believe it's going to be on Facebook, but I'll put the information on Facebook and let you guys know when to watch and what to watch. I've also was asked to present 2 awards. So I was just like very, very excited about that. So that's been done. It will be done virtually this year. So again, thank you again for joining in. Thank you, Mr. Tony. All these years, I never knew his name was Claude. I know why now, but anyway. But thank you
All my
again.
kids, I have 5 daughters. None of them named their children after me. I wonder why.
I wonder what. Oh, bless their hearts. Well,
I got Anthony. I got Anthony in
well,
there
there you
though.
go. You got one. That's good.
I got one.
You
That's
got
right.
one. Well, we have no more minutes left. So thank you again for joining. Until next time, and remember, I love you. Ain't a thing you can do about it. Until next time on Testimonies and Praise. Bye-bye.